Welcome to the Georgian House Hotel. 60 rooms, 50 staff and a steady stream of exacting customers.
It's been in my family since it was built. I've worked in it since I was 19, so I've been here for 30 years now.
Serena has seen the hotel transformed from a rundown 2-star to a luxury boutique.
Over the last 30 years, it's just been a project to keep on building it up and making it better and designing, making something unique in a building that's obviously so special to us. I want to be able to make it better and better so that we can pass it on to the next generation in better condition than we received it.
But with Brexit looming and a brand new immigration system on the horizon, Serena is concerned that things are about to change.
I think this is one of the most perilous points of my career here so far. So in the 30 years we've had terrorism, then there was the big recession in the 90s. But I think that going into the situation that we are now, where in fact it's not the demand for our rooms that's restricting our growth, but actually the supply of labour that's restricting our growth. I'm nervous because I don't know what kind of shape we're going to come out of this in, and I'm frustrated because we've been doing so well and our progress has been so great. I think we just have to face facts that business is going to be slow for a while.
Of the hotel's 50 staff, 90% of them are from the EU, and many of those have worked their way up.
I started here as a maid, then a waitress, and then supervisory role, and then manager, so I had like a way and a pathway to improve.
Under new immigration rules, stories like Esther's are set to become less common. Adam, the general manager, is worried about what some of the proposals could mean for the hotel.
I think the suggestion that there'll be a £30,000 threshold for people to get visas is just quite frankly not viable. The reality is that we won't be able to pay a base salary of that magnitude to someone who is a food and beverage assistant or a room attendant in housekeeping. And so I think quite quickly the government are going to have to rethink that because it's just not going to work.
Today, Adam is looking to recruit for one of the hotel's more senior roles.
We posted the role 2 days ago and we've had 48 applicants so far, but only 4 of those have been suitable.
Since the referendum, Adam has seen a steady decline in the number of applicants, as well as in the quality. However, the vast majority continue to come from Europe.
So just looking through these applications now, I can see that sort of European, English, European. It's really heavily focused on the European labour market.
Adam is concerned that when newly proposed immigration rules come into force, the industry's reliance on migrant workers means finding staff for low-skilled vacancies is going to become increasingly difficult.
We definitely wouldn't be able to fill those roles without a migrant workforce, and in housekeeping especially, been again heavily reliant on Eastern Europe.
The government has suggested that business looks at British workers instead to fill future vacancies, but Adam's not convinced.
Certainly it's not a practical answer for us to just employ British people instead. That pool of talent just isn't there or isn't wanting to come into our industry, and I think the statistics speak for themselves. We've got record low unemployment in the country, so I don't think so. It's the case that we're not trying to do that. It's just simply that there aren't those people available for those roles.
Change, a London recruitment agency, supplies staff to some of the UK's largest hotels and restaurants. They say the challenges facing the Georgian are industry-wide.
Just over 50% of our candidates are from Europe, about 32% are from the UK, and then the rest are from everywhere else. Our industry thrives on having workers from overseas, especially from Europe. Without them, I think the hospitality industry is going to really struggle. It's already really hard. So if that changes or gets worse, then I think you'll see a lot of restaurateurs or hoteliers close doors and maybe move to other countries.
After Brexit, the government wants to introduce a skills-based immigration policy where EU nationals will compete on a level playing field with those from around the world. It's a move that some in the industry are cautiously welcoming.
Dare I say it, if the whole of Europe doesn't have carte blanche to walk into the country and we do it all by criteria, then that, yeah, from my perspective, that might be a really welcome move. I would love to have a really talented chef from Peru. We're supposed to be the best restaurant city in the world, and we should be availing ourselves of the best staff in the world.
But Alex accepts that if Brexit is going to open the door to a wider pool of talent, the current system is going to have to change.
We are actually enabled to sponsor staff from outside the EU, but the criteria for getting staff into the country is so ridiculously strict, just not workable.
One proven source of new talent is the Edge School in Colchester. Dedicated to teaching the next generation of the hospitality industry, it's the only school of its kind in the UK. Charlie, one of the students, is a rare breed, a British national looking to forge a career in the sector.
I remember having a chat with my best friend actually back home, and he said, "Oh, so what are you thinking of doing?" And I said hospitality, and he always kind of did a double take. I think it's a great career to go into, but it's almost looked down upon because you think as soon as you become a waiter, that's all you're going to do. You have to have a passion for it, but if you do, it can be an extremely rewarding career, and it can take you all around the world.
With some estimates suggesting 250,000 vacancies across the hospitality sector, Andrew, the school's head, is clear that they are only a small part of the solution.
We will continue to encourage employers to come to our institution, to the Edge Hotel School, because we do things slightly differently. But that will not be a sufficiently large plug to stop the drain of people leaving the industry, or potentially European people deciding to migrate back to where there are other opportunities.
Indeed, for the European students here, Brexit weighs heavily on their minds.
I would like to stay here, but in the end, if this industry doesn't want me here, I can go to other places, and I will if I need to.
We are weeks away from Brexit now, and to me it just feels that the whole industry is kind of gently sliding towards something, and they don't appreciate the enormity of what we're going to have to deal with. We are going to have to be so quick, so fast, so flexible to survive in really challenging times.